Sergio Perez is walking a tightrope as new talent, Franco Colapinto, creates a buzz in the F1 world. With Colapinto's impressive skills and potential Red Bull deal, questions are rising about Perez's future. Will he keep his seat, or is his time running out? Well, let's dive into this video today to know how this shakeup could change the game for both drivers. Williams driver Franco Colapinto has only competed in 4 F1 races, but is already catching the eye of many. After he stepped in for Logan Sargeant post-Dutch Grand Prix, many questioned if the young driver from Formula 2 had what it took to handle the final stretch of the 2024 F1 season. Red Bull's Christian Horner shared his surprise at Colapinto's sudden promotion, saying, "No one had him on their radar." With 22 F2 races under his belt and just one win, Colapinto lacked the typical resume for an F1 driver. Today, most rookies are expected to win F2 and F3 championships early in their careers, which Colapinto hadn't achieved. Despite this, Colapinto quickly showed promise. During his first race at Monza, he was only a tenth of a second behind his more experienced teammate, Alex Albon, and nearly scored points. Just one race later in Baku, Colapinto finished in the top 10. His success continued in the United States Grand Prix, where he scored points even while Albon faced setbacks after a collision on the first corner. This remarkable start in F1 is not only unexpected, but is proving Colapinto to be a driver worth watching closely. As he gains experience, fans are eager to see what he'll bring to the track next. Colapinto's breakthrough continues in the US. After a strong performance in Singapore and an even more impressive race in the US, Franco Colapinto is making waves on the Formula 1 grid. 2 races in a row, Colapinto has outshone teammate Alex Albon, a feat even previous driver Logan Sargeant hadn't achieved. But it was his strategic approach at the United States Grand Prix that truly turned heads, showing a level of confidence and intuition that's rare in an F1 rookie. Colapinto's decision to start on hard tyres, against the team's initial recommendation, was key. "The team didn't want to start with hard tyres," he revealed. "I said, come on, let's start P15, put on the hard tyres and go a bit longer. Let's see what happens." The team was hesitant, but he convinced them, a bold move for a rookie with only 3 races under his belt. Colapinto joked, "Maybe next year, if I don't get a seat, I'll become a strategy engineer." Not only did his strategy pay off, but it also highlighted his ability to read the race dynamics effectively, something even seasoned drivers struggle with. Colapinto's instincts gave him the edge over Albon and earned him valuable points for the team. Adding to the drama, Colapinto was on track to secure the fastest lap, which would have added an extra point to his tally. However, Alpine's Esteban Ocon pitted for soft tyres in the final moments, snatching the fastest lap away. "We managed the fastest lap at the end, sorry to Franco, he deserved it," Ocon admitted. The move was strategic, with Alpine and Williams in close competition in the constructors' standings. It highlighted the lengths rival teams are willing to go in the points race, showing how much of a rising threat Colapinto has become. Colapinto's strong showing in Austin hasn't just impressed his team, but has also won over a growing fan base, particularly among Argentine fans. In Austin, fans flocked to see him, a rare sight for a driver so early in his F1 career. His growing popularity could catch the eye of teams and sponsors, especially as F1 stays in the Americas over the next few weekends. With every race, Colapinto's chances of securing a permanent seat in F1 seem to grow, as he proves himself a force to be reckoned with on the grid. Moreover, he has quickly caught the attention of fans and teams alike. Despite limited experience, he's proving to be a sharp and strategic racer, capturing the support of fans and the interest of sponsors. With just a few races under his belt, he's already shown he can compete with seasoned drivers, making him a promising candidate for a full-time F1 seat. Currently, Sauber holds the only confirmed open seat on the 2025 grid, yet it remains unclear who they have in mind as Nico Hülkenberg's teammate. While this opening creates a potential spot, Colapinto's options might extend beyond Sauber. His impressive track record in such a short time has caught the eye of Williams team principal James Vowles, who believes Colapinto has proven his worth. Vowles said, "From my perspective, he absolutely has earned his place on the grid within a few races, implying that other teams may be considering him as a serious contender. Red Bull's 2025 lineup may appear set, but Sergio Perez's seat isn't guaranteed. Liam Lawson, recently signed to Vard with a single-year contract, indicates that Red Bull may be considering internal changes. Should Perez's spot open, it's possible that Lawson could step up to Red Bull, leaving a Vard seat available. Colapinto has already been seen as a top prospect to fill that spot, especially with his growing reputation as a fan favorite and strong sponsor interest. When asked about Colapinto's prospects, Vowles hinted at discussions with other teams. It's definitely not out of the question. It's more down to one or two other teams. From my perspective, he's earned it. Adding fuel to the speculation, reliable F1 news source Veritas F1 suggested there is a lucky chance for Franco Colapinto to stay in F1 next year, but emphasized a two-way movement might be necessary for this to happen, indicating that a driver shuffle could open doors for Colapinto. Colapinto's rapidly growing fan base, especially in Argentina, has made him a valuable figure on the F1 circuit. As Formula One remains in the Americas for the next few races, his visibility and popularity are only expected to grow. Fans, sponsors and teams are watching his every move, making it likely that a team will find a place for him on the 2025 grid. If Red Bull or Sauber don't secure him, other teams may well seize the opportunity. Could Colapinto find himself in Red Bull's future? Well, Colapinto is steadily building a strong reputation, and teams are paying attention. He's showing his worth not only as a driver, but also as an invaluable asset with vast commercial potential. Yet, as his potential grows, so do the challenges. While Sergio Perez holds a contract for the next year, Red Bull has shown a willingness to cut contracts short when they see fit. Just in the past 2 seasons, Nick de Vries and Daniel Ricciardo were released mid-season, demonstrating Red Bull's confidence in changing drivers without hesitation. If Red Bull sees Colapinto as a better long-term fit, Perez's contract might not be a definitive barrier. Then there's the issue of Red Bull's junior talent. Isaac Haar, currently second in the F2 Championship, is proving himself to be a strong contender for an F1 spot. If he wins the F2 title, Haar would be unable to compete in F2 next season. Instead, he might spend time in the Red Bull garage as a reserve driver, hoping for an opportunity to race, much like Liam Lawson's path. However, Red Bull could also decide to wait a season, giving Haar time to train under their wing and in their environment, a move that could keep the focus on Colapinto. Williams has invested heavily in Colapinto and sees his potential as worth holding on to. It's believed Williams would want Colapinto back if he were loaned out to another team, with a specific arrangement of no more than 2 years. Red Bull, however, might be less interested in short-term gains. If they place him in their junior team, Red Bull may seek a more extended commitment, which Williams might be reluctant to agree to. Williams's vision for Colapinto likely conflicts with Red Bull's, so the decision for both teams may come down to the value they perceive in each driver over the long term. One of the biggest appeals of Sergio Perez is his immense marketing influence across the Americas. Colapinto brings a similar opportunity as an Argentinian driver, with ties to Globant, an Argentine digital services giant and sponsor of Williams. Globant also entered into a partnership with F1 earlier this year, signaling a vested interest in Franco's F1 career. Formula One's CEO Stefano Domenicali recently hinted at the possibility of returning to Argentina, saying, "It's great for your country, and hopefully sooner rather than later, the possibility for South America to host not only Mexico and Sao Paulo, but why not Argentina?" A return to Argentina for F1 could bring enormous value to teams associated with Colapinto, raising his appeal for Red Bull as they consider commercial prospects. The attention Colapinto is receiving isn't just about his performance, it's about his potential as an all-around asset. With his strategic driving, sponsorship backing and growing fan base, he's positioned as a perfect candidate for any team willing to take him on. The choice between promoting Haar, signing Colapinto, or even keeping Perez will ultimately hinge on Red Bull's long-term strategy and willingness to leverage Colapinto's unique market appeal. So will Red Bull make the first move? Could Sauber provide him with a 2-year deal as a stepping stone? Or could Williams make the surprise choice to bring Colapinto back earlier? Comment below your views and subscribe for more.